Alright, right now today's task is going to be fixing this skimmer box. As you can see, this skimmer, this is an old Aquascape mini skimmer, I think they used to call it. Somebody had siliconed the heck out of the front of this door. I'm guessing it was leaking. Notice how the bolts are all corroded. That is quite common with these. The client, we did a pond clean out for her. She just bought this house, so we filled it up and got it running, and it was leaking right away. I'm guessing it's this door. There was actually some plants growing through between the rubber and the door, so I don't think it's a very good seal. We're going to take it all apart and fix the seal. Okay, here's the skimmer door. It's off. I could only get the top screws out, which is fairly typical, so I had to drill the heads out of the other ones. I brought along bolts and washers and nuts so that I can reattach this. As you can see, the silicone that whoever the homeowner was did on the outside between the rubber and the door didn't hold a bit. It didn't stick to the door at all. But you don't need any silicone here in the first place because you don't need to keep the water out from between the door and the rubber. You need to keep the water out between the rubber and the box. As you can see on the inside, this seal has not been good for quite some time. There's actually mud in the seal. It's completely let go. There's that plant that I was telling you about that's grown up in there. So there's our problem. That's why it was leaking. The other part, that comes off pretty easily. The hardest part about this job right now is we have to drill out. Yeah, look at how wet it is. Wet, wet. We have to drill out all of those bolt holes in order to put our new bolts in. That's what I'm starting now. Okay, I got all the old bolts out. Actually, I got the entire grommet out that the bolts are in. This is the culprit here. A lot of times if you drill from the inside, you can twist that grommet right out. Otherwise, grab it with a pliers sometimes works, or sometimes you just kind of wiggle it and it pops out of there. But anyway, you get those out. Now you've got nothing but clear holes. They're a little washed out, but that won't matter. You just need to sandwich that rubber. Next thing I need to do is clean this rubber up like it was new, clean the box up like it was new, re-silicone everything and put it back together. There's the bolts and stuff that I'll be using. Okay, now I've got the rubber and the box cleaned. Tip for you, if you think it's clean, clean it one more time. Take a wire brush to it, get it as clean as you can. I wiped it off, gotta wait for it to dry a little bit more. Eliminate any dirt and debris, eliminate anything that might be built up that might keep it from pinning tight together. And this is the surface we're going to be putting the silicone on right here, right on the box. You run it right over these holes. Nice, even. You don't need a ton of it, but it needs to be even the whole way. Not a big pile here and very thin here, all just very even. I'll put the skimmer door, bolt it in.